All right. This segment of the video, I'm going to do a little how-to and some little tips that I got on my trip. I've got a list of them, so make sure you pause the video and read through all of them. But number one, surf fishing after dark can be fantastic. The second part here, these sailfin or gaff top cats, and these are the big ones I was getting that one night, these are huge, are a huge clue to when the redfish are going to come. Listed next is going to be a whole list of some things that some people don't think of. Pause the video, take a look, and then we'll get on with this video.
All right, that's the biggest redfish I've caught. I'm gonna get the tape on it and get it in the water, but that's giant.
My buddy, he's coming to visit me. All right, that's my first shark, the black tip. I'm pretty sure. Get a little better look at it here if you can. It's pretty solid. It's that or a little bull, I can't tell, but not a very happy little beast. So I think I'm gonna let him go, and maybe I'll take one to eat another day. I just don't feel like cleaning tonight. But that's the first shark I caught on the beach. Let me back up. All right, I'm taking my hand first time at some crabbing. I put some pots out last night. Let's see what we got. We've got two really nice ones. I'm gonna do this. I think this is the best way to keep them in for right now. Got two in that one. And one in this one. So we got 3 crabs, which is gonna make a nice meal. So I'm gonna get my cooler, and then we're gonna re-put this out, but I'm gonna get my cooler and see how easy it is to get these out of here. All right. Getting the crab trap out of the water was the easy part. Let's see if we can get them into the net or into my cooler. In, one big one to go. Ta-da! 3 big crabs. I'm probably gonna do them on the grill tonight.
All right, I got my Old Bay special seasoning. They're almost dead now. Put them in there that way to begin with, so they don't crawl around. Steam them. And then we're gonna eat in a little bit. All right, so I just flipped them. I'll show you what they look like. I call this my Blackstone mini boil and steam. So they got to cook a little more because You know, I want to make sure they're good and done.
As I get into more tips, tricks, and rigs, birds. Man, watch the birds, whether it's pelicans diving, the little birds skimming the top, picking minnows. If you see birds diving, that means you've got bait around. You probably have the big predators around. Look for birds first.
All right, fishing the beach in Grand Isle, just like any place else, you have to be able to hold. And if you take a look, we got some pretty heavy surf behind me. So I'm using a 6-ounce Sputnik on a sinker slide. And then today I'm running 50-pound leader down to, I think it's a 6-aught hit hook. And I'm using a blue crab today. You know, I will use mullet on the other rigs. It just kind of depends what you've got. They're not super fussy, but on this trip, and I'm talking March, April, the times I fished down here, you know, that's what kind of works. I don't know about the rest of the year. I'm sure it still will. I don't think a redfish is going to say no. The good thing on the crab is usually the catfish don't mess with it as much, although a big gaff top, sailfin, whatever you want to call it, will.
Yeah, and if you're wondering where to catch the small crabs, now the big crab pot I use catches big crabs. The holes are too big for the small ones. I have some of these like minnow crab traps that I got for Christmas from my wife and kids. I think they got them on Temu. They're like, I think they're 4 for $10. They worked pretty good, although the mesh, the crabs could chew a hole through if you left them there too long, or if the bait was against the edge of the trap. So I would really recommend like a metal minnow trap. You'll catch crabs, you'll catch some shrimp, you catch some minnows. I got some hermit crabs. You'll see me, maybe I think in this segment I threw back a couple of shells that were in there. So there are things that come in. The blue crabs seem to work the best, but those little crabs running around on the sand, I think they're like stone crabs or sand crabs, will work too, although they're a lot meaner. You got to pull off their claws and be careful because they'll get you. The blue crabs, once you pop off the front claws, are easy to deal with.
All right, retied now. I'm using one of my rigs I use for catfish at home. I got the slip sinker, a bead to protect the knot. I'm using a spook to help get the bait up. It was more important, I think, last night in the heavier current, but rattles. So we'll see what happens. That's what the shark hit a minute ago, so we'll see if it goes again.
All right, as I'm returning this line, this is a line I've been getting sharks. I weighed out from knee to waist deep, cast it out, set it up, and I'm fishing a lot of my big stuff way out. Here, I actually caught probably more fish on the small rod, fishing just a little light toss, kind of the first deep spot there was, which in this case was about 30 yards, not even that much. I caught more fish in that gut. I got a lot of keeper drum. I caught keeper redfish, keeper trout, everything. You'd be surprised at what you'll see in that shallow area. And then if you watch your close, look, you can see something you don't see much. The old man running, well, as much as I can run this day. But this is just an example. I don't know if this is a catfish or a drum. I think it's a catfish. But the reality is, I tried to fish 3 different zones. With my big longest rod, I would try to hit the second sandbar. I'd try to fish at least one rod in the behind the first sandbar, and this little rod in front of the sandbar. And all I was running was a 2 or a 3 hook pompano rig with fish bites. I tried shrimp, I tried some little chunks of mullet. I didn't do any better on that than plain old shrimp fish bites. Now I had orange and green, they both worked equally as well. I think the drum liked the green, the catfish like the orange red, which is kind of interesting because at home I find that channel cats, if you have anything red in and around that hook, whether it's beads or floats, you'll catch channel cats on it a lot more, red and orange. And it seemed to be the same type of thing with the hard heads. So kind of an interesting things that I'm finding, some parallels between the fish we have back in Michigan and what I'm seeing, fishing the surf on the beach. One of the other things when you're doing a fishing trip like this is take some time, talk to some other anglers. I met Patrick from Central Florida kayak or fishing. I'm sorry, I'll put a link in the bio on this. He was staying in the same campground. He was there fishing two kayak tournaments, and like I say, I got to be really good friends with him. He's a great guy. His cameras were working the days we went out. He's got some great footage. If you want to see a shark being landed, if you want to see some black drum and some redfish being landed, he's got the video. I've got it linked up. He did such a good job on it. I'm just excited to have got to know him. He doesn't live too far from where my dad's at in Florida, so I look forward to fishing with him again in the future. Thanks for tuning in, and like I say, keep your eyes open. I probably got one more video from this trip, and then we'll get on to Michigan fishing.